The big question now is, will Donald Trump concede? You'd think he would concede. He's the most conceited president we've ever had, but I swear I hear from Donald Trump more than I hear from most of my uncles. And the funniest part is, Trump thinks I don't like this. He thinks it's, but I love this.
Pennsylvania cheating. And moments ago, Governor Shapiro posted this reaction on X. He says, quote, Republican and Democratic clerks of elections are doing their job.
Millions of people are going to suffer. This is not a partisan issue. 4 out of 5 Americans want this. Democrats and Republicans. 2/3 of Republicans want this.
Get ready for a laugh riot. We're about to dive into Jimmy Kimmel's latest Trump takedown. On the menu, a heaping helping of litany of lies, a side of incoherent attack on democracy, and for dessert, a sweet serving of Kimmel's savage comebacks. But that's not all, folks. We've got clips of Trump saying stuff so wild it'll make your head spin faster than a rigged slot machine. Stick around to hear about Trump's shark phobia and why he'd rather get zapped than face Jaws. Remember when your kid brother blamed the dog for eating his homework? Well, Trump's blaming the whole state of Pennsylvania for eating his votes. The orange turd's been yapping about election fraud in the Keystone State like a chihuahua that's down to 6-pack of Red Bull. But here's the kicker. His claims are about as solid as a sandcastle in a hurricane. Grumpy Trumpy's been cooking up some wild accusations. He's saying there are more votes than voters in Pennsylvania. Yeah, and I'm the Queen of England.
Bad spots in Pennsylvania where some serious things have been caught or in the process of being caught, but
Stoke chaos, but hear me on this. We will have a free and fair and safe and secure election, and the will of the people will be respected.
He's also claiming dead people are voting. What's next? Ghosts stuffing ballot boxes? Maybe Casper's feeling politically active these days. Let's fact check this nonsense, shall we? Pennsylvania officials have repeatedly stated there's no evidence of widespread fraud. But Donnie Diapers isn't listening. He's too busy throwing a tantrum bigger than a toddler who's been told the ice cream shop is closed. Trump's claims are about as believable as a flat earther's map. He's saying mail-in ballots are a scam. Well, I guess the military personnel who've been voting by mail for years are all in on this grand conspiracy too, huh?
Pennsylvania cheating. And moments ago, Governor Shapiro posted this reaction on X. He says, quote, Republican and Democratic clerks of elections are doing their job.
A litany of lies, threats, just a despicable and incoherent attack on democracy in the United States.
And let's not forget his bizarre rant about bad things happening in Philadelphia. What bad things, Trump? Did someone put ketchup on your cheesesteak? The more you look into it, the more ridiculous it gets. Trump's legal team has been filing lawsuits left and right, but they're getting tossed out faster than week-old leftovers. Even Republican election officials are saying there's no funny business going on. It's like watching a magician try to convince you he's actually sawing his assistant in half when you can clearly see her feet sticking out the other end. Here's the real scoop. Pennsylvania officials are running a tight ship. They've got more checks and balances than a gymnast's routine. Every vote is being counted, recounted, and triple-checked. Meanwhile, Trump's throwing a fit that would make a 2-year-old say, dude, chill out.
False things about fraud.
Totally disagree on this
is not. You think it's okay to spread false rumors about fraud and undermine the integrity of the election?
But wait, folks, the Trump train of nonsense doesn't stop there. Our favorite reality TV star turned political punchline has more tricks up his sleeve than a magician at a kid's birthday party. Buckle up, because we're about to take a wild ride through Trump's twisted take on democracy. Just when you thought the Trump show couldn't get any crazier, in walks Jimmy Kimmel with a comedy bazooka.
Millions of people are going to suffer. This is not a partisan issue. 4 out of 5 Americans want this. Democrats and Republicans. 2/3 of Republicans want this.
And specifically Donald Trump, because the numbers are in. Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, they've done a terrible job.
What happens when a guy who can barely string a sentence together picks a fight with a professional joke slinger? It's like bringing a spork to a gunfight, and the results are as messy as you'd expect. Jimmy Kimmel's been firing jokes at Trump faster than Trump fires cabinet members. But he's not just poking fun. He's using Trump's own words against him like a comedy boomerang.
The big question now is, will Donald Trump concede? You'd think he would concede. He's the most conceited president we've ever had, but
The fact of the matter is that Trump is already spreading false claims about cheating in Pennsylvania. He has repeatedly predicted a massive victory, even though polls.
It's like watching a master chef turn Trump's word salad into a gourmet roast. Take Trump's bizarre shark phobia, for example. The orange turd actually said he'd rather be electrocuted in a sinking boat than get in the water with a shark. Kimmel's response? No, we don't. Aren't you supposed to be running for president? Aren't you supposed to be worried about important topics? It's like watching a kindergartner try to explain quantum physics to Einstein. But Grumpy Trumpy isn't taking this lying down. He's fighting back with all the grace of a bull in a china shop. Every time Trump opens his mouth, he digs himself deeper into a hole of ridiculousness. It's like watching a clown car crash in slow motion. You can't look away, but you know it's gonna be a mess. After Trump's post-conviction press conference, Kimmel quipped, "Poor Donald Trump, 7 weeks of sleep farting all down the drain. No president has ever been convicted more than Donald Trump. Ouch, that's gotta sting more than Trump's spray tan on a sunburn." And let's not forget the time Kimmel mocked Trump's wild claims about wind power. Trump actually said, "The wind is bullshit."
Bottom line is, we should focus on the issues that the American people are talking about. They're talking about the greatest invasion across our southern border.
But cut out the part where he makes fun of me at the Oscars. Then he mashes out the message with his thumb nubs and hits.
Kimmel's response? He questioned the sanity of anyone who speaks like that. It's like Trump's trying to pick a fight with air itself. What's next, Donnie Diapers? Gonna start a Twitter war with gravity. But here's where it gets really good. Kimmel's thrown down the gauntlet. He's invited Trump to take a cognitive test against Kamala Harris. Talk about a mic drop moment. Kimmel even promised to roll out the burnt orange carpet and go meet him on Hollywood Boulevard. Now that's a reality show I'd actually watch. Trump's response to all this? Well, he keeps running his mouth. Kimmel joked, "I hear from Donald Trump more than I hear from most of my uncles." It's like Trump's got a crush on Kimmel or something.
I swear, I hear from Donald Trump more than I hear from most of my uncles. And the funniest part is, Trump thinks I don't like this. He thinks but I love this.
Maybe he should swipe right and get it over with. So folks, we've seen Trump flail around like a fish out of water, trying to dodge Kimmel's jokes faster than he dodges tax returns. But here's the thing.
Stiff workers out of overtime to launch his, I don't know, maybe 15th attack on me for making fun of him at the Oscars.
Trump's inability to take a joke is almost as bad as his inability to accept election results. It's like watching a toddler throw a tantrum because someone said his crayon drawing wasn't museum worthy. Now, I'm not saying we should all become comedians, but maybe we could all use a laugh when it comes to politics. Next time you hear a claim that sounds nuttier than a squirrel's winter stash, don't just swallow it whole. Fact check that nonsense. And if it turns out to be as fake as Trump's tan, go ahead and have a good chuckle. Remember, in the world of politics, if you can't take the heat, stay out of the kitchen. Or at least learn to cook up better excuses. As Jimmy Kimmel said, whoever wins once the votes are counted, if Trump has more of those votes, we are going to accept that, even if it doesn't go our way. Maybe Trump could learn a thing or two from that.